Hey, interview.
Okay.
In Tilbrook. What's the date? And I've forgotten it. 3rd of March 2009.
3rd of March 2009, Gibson Studios.
Hey. Right, well thanks a lot for your time, by the way.
It's a pleasure. Pleasure to meet you too. First of all, I want to say, tell us a bit about the Fluffers. How did it all start, to progression from Squeeze? How did it all come together?
With the Fluffers, when I made my first solo record, which was sort of 2000, 2001, I wanted to use the musicians who I'd met and not had a chance to work with, and two of those were Stephen and Simon, who play keyboards and drums in the Fluffers. At that point, I couldn't afford a band to tour with. We did 12 dates or something on my first record. And on the second record, they played on about half of it. Only subsequent to the release of that record could I afford to tour with the band, and the Fluffers were always the people that I wanted to tour with. And in so doing, what happened is that weird thing, because of the level that I was touring at that point, we sort of went through that whole thing of starting again. And, we actually did end up sleeping on someone's floor, and we did end up, humping our own gear and all that stuff. And it was sort of, I describe it as sort of character building in retrospect. What it was at the time was hard work, but they were there and sort of committed to the band, and I think that's built a proper band feeling, which we've carried through to this record. It's the first record we've had a chance to make together and write, and it's a proper collaborative effort.
It's funny you say that. I mean, surely, didn't you stop to think, hang on, I did this 25 years ago while Squeeze was trying to get off the ground, here I am again. Surely the success of Squeeze, do you stop for a minute and think, why am I still lugging, why can I not afford this, why am I getting on people's sofas? Did it seem come full circle in a strange way?
No, I know what you're saying, but no, I didn't think of it that way. What I thought of it, the way that I thought of it was, this is where I am, not why am I here, or what, maybe I'm repeating some things that I did a few years ago, because I think that the really strong thing I had from when Squeeze split up is that I never wanted to be in a position again where I was sort of, I was a willing participant in being A&R with a major label, and I have no regrets about that. However, I would never like to be in that position again, and that's the position I'm in. The Fluffers and by myself, I can make the records I want to make, and I think they're better records than the ones I made with Squeeze towards the end of the time, because of the move together, because A&R is an insidious thing, and everyone on the major label has it, and some people work with it well and others don't, but generally it will land out what you do, and I don't really want to do that anymore.
Now, you said you wanted to work with the Fluffers. How did you know of them? How did you hear of them?
Stephen, keyboard player, I saw him play in a pub in Greenwich, which is very local to me. I thought, he's brilliant, I'd really like to work with him. Got his phone number, lost it, and then linked up with him about 3 years later. The thing about the Fluffers, every one of them, they have their own sort of work ethic, and it's part of the reason why I was attracted to them individually, is that I could see what they did in other situations. Stephen plays, with loads of other people. He has his own thing going. He plays with Pete Duffy and all sorts of different people, and he's just enthused by music. Same with Lucy. She was playing with, I can't remember what it was, but some dance troupe that were at the Roundhouse last weekend, and all that stuff, all the different stuff that they do, they bring back to the table with me, and as far as writing is concerned, it makes it a really vibrant, collective of ideas, which I am the benevolent dictator.
So you find the chemistry between you, obviously they jumped at the chance to work with you. That's how it sort of how it all happened. You said, come on, let's get together and have a collaboration, myself and you. How long did that take to sort of get off the ground? And
well, it took, when we the last record I had out was 5 years ago, and we did a lot of touring for that. We did a lot of work, and that was the sleeping on the floors and all that stuff. And during that time, that was when we became a proper band. You know, before, you know, when we recorded together, it was really good, but it wasn't a proper band at that point. You have to go through those things. You have to play together a lot before it all becomes something different.
And the band, has the band actually changed, or has it just remained the same band?
No, it's the same band. It's the same band. And we have now a proper connection, proper grounding, and a proper enthusiasm. Everyone goes off and does other things, but when we come together, it's a unique thing to us.
How much of the songwriting is yours, or you're all in it together? You all have your own sort of individual input, but is it all pretty much the same? You have equal amounts when it comes to the songwriting, or especially on this album?
Yeah, on this record, you know, it really varies. The thing that I wanted to do was to be really open to everyone bringing in ideas, and like there are a couple of songs. There's
drink, by the way.
Yeah, that'd be great. Lovely.
Get a bit dry. Proper bottles. Is that it?
There's sparkling something. I think it's sparkling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, pretty sure it's water.
Yeah, please. No, just, I mean, the reason I asked that, because I've been listening to the album, I think it's fantastic.
Thank you.
There are a lot, I mean, but it's also very, I mean, when it starts off, it's very you, and I know there's a couple of songs that are very squeezed, but then it's very eclectic in other ways. I mean, especially the last song, which I will come to. That's why I was wondering about all the different inputs, because you can hear yourself on it, and then you just wonder how do the others contribute?
It's a bit like trying to describe a cloud, really. Everyone contributed. I think the main thing was about the way we made the record. One of the really good decisions that we made was to treat the way that we recorded, you know, as a similar way to how I started off making records, which was for everyone to play the song until we had the right arrangement, and to capture that, and to really not interfere with it, and to not go into tools and replace, you know, and so to treat it like tape. So that what happened on the record was that overdubs were really like old-fashioned overdubs. You do backing vocals, you do strings, you might do a solo, you might re-sing a song, but most of it is live. You know, 3/4 of the vocals are live. And it gives it an extra dimension of excitement for all that planning of records, and the sort of precision of the way you can shift things around doesn't really do.
Now, am I right in thinking this was recorded at your studios? There's about 45 RPM.
Yes.
Now, I'm intrigued where that name came from. The album, the Squeeze album, 45s and under.
Yeah.
Is it nicked from there, or where's the name for the studio?
Well, 45s were, of course, the old school speed for singing.